So welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. Another beautiful fall day here. The leaves are still holding on. Matter of fact, the oaks, they're just starting to turn. But it is Sunday afternoon right now. We have some family coming over in a little bit. But I need to tell you about what we did yesterday. We went up to my buddy Adam Fisher's place. You've seen him in our videos before. That's the guy I get the IBC totes from. But I uploaded a couple shorts of the party that he has each year. He has a little apple orchard, and he also buys some apples. And they make apple cider, apple butter, apple pies. They even had an old John Deere hit and miss engine making ice cream. And it was a great time. It was chilly, kind of overcast, but he had a bunch of fires going. And they do it every year, but we had a really nice time. And Melissa's brother and his family were in from Vegas, so we took them up there as well, which was real nice because you know, their kids aren't exposed to that kind of stuff out there. But yeah, big shout out to Adam and his family. They put on a nice party. They really did. It was a great time. So what we're doing this afternoon, we're having kind of a early Thanksgiving since Melissa's brother and his family's in town. So I'm going to clean up a little bit. This is kind of pointless on a day like today. We're going to clean things up. We'll start a fire in the Brio pit. I'm not sure how many people will be outside. It's pretty cold. And we're going to fire one up in the wood stove as well. Go inside and start one. This is the second fire of the year. Started one yesterday. I let it burn out around 11 a.m. It was getting pretty hot in here. It's been real cold in the mornings, but you know, it warms up into the 50s during the day. Oh yeah, she's starting to go. Throw a few more pieces on the Brio so we don't have to fool with it for a while. Oh yeah, it's starting to go. That'll be rip-roaring in no time. We're not going to get too carried away with this one in here because it's going to warm up pretty quick. I think we have 18 people coming. We can sit 10 at the table. We'll bring that high top that's outside. We'll bring it in. That's 14. This is counting little kids as well. Just trying to do some math in my head. That may do it right there. I can eat at the computer desk. All right, got a nice fire going here in the Brio. That will last quite a while. When people start getting here, I'll be able to just chunk some more wood in there, and it'll be good. And a rip-roaring fire going here. I got the TV on in case someone wants to watch football. Not really my thing, but if there's nothing else to do, then I may watch. Oh, she's throwing heat. All right, it is now Monday morning, and it is a chilly morning. Beautiful day, though. I think it was down to about 28. I came out here to the clearing just to see how this winter rye is growing. It's come along pretty well. You can see a nice green haze. I planted this probably 3 weeks ago, but it was real dry, but we've had a couple good rains, and it's starting to take off. Now tomorrow and the next day, I think it's supposed to get up to almost 70 degrees. So being wet and get that sunlight and heat, this should really take off. I noticed I have a couple low spots holding water, one right there, one out in the middle, and one down at that end. I kind of expected that. This right here was where a giant red oak stump came from. The tree was probably 24 inches, but it was a big stump, and you know, you backfill them as best you can and try tracking them in, but that has settled a little bit. We'll take care of that in the spring. But yeah, it's looking good out here. I wanted to tell you, we had a great day yesterday. We had about 20 people over at the house, and the building was a huge success, and I'll tell you why. 2 reasons. Number one, our house isn't very big. If we were to have 20 people over for dinner, you would be very, very cramped. But more importantly, it works out really well with Hunter, because Hunter, it's hard to explain, I guess. Like, we can have our big 4th of July party, and he's okay with that. But when you have a bunch of people indoors, I think he gets a little bit overwhelmed at times. For those of you that don't know, our oldest son, Hunter, has autism, nonverbal. But with the building, it worked out perfectly, because he came over and ate, hung out with everyone for about an hour, and then I just saw a deer up there. And then he would go over to the house for a little bit, listen to his music, and come back over. And it works really well. It does. He doesn't get overwhelmed. He can kind of pop in, hang out with everyone for a bit, then go do his thing, come back over. But it worked that good. The wood stove in there, fantastic. I ran it yesterday for just a couple hours, and I just let it burn out. It stayed warm all night. Like I said, tomorrow it's gonna warm up. I didn't even start a fire today, but it looks like later in the week things are gonna cool back down. I can hear a chipper running. I don't know if you can hear it or not. It's either down on the other road there or over at that housing plan. The housing plan's probably about a half mile away. I thought all the clearing was done, so I'm thinking it may be the power company or something. I actually should go down and check later on down there at Maple Grove. They've got a right-of-way through there. I don't think they're working there, but I'll have to find out. But I wanted to mention the deer are on the move. Been seeing a lot of bucks lately, both here and down in West Virginia. I have those Spy Point cell cameras down at the cabin, and I'm telling you, they're a lot of fun. Each night before I go to bed, I scroll through the pictures, and each morning when I wake up. Last night, a pretty decent buck for West Virginia. I've seen this one probably, I don't know, 7 or 8 times. I got pictures of him. And the turkeys are starting to move back in. It seems on that property, with all the pines, they really like the fall and winter there. They're there during the summer on and off. Fall and winter, they're everywhere. But anyway, right now, I need to run out and pick up a couple things. And then when I come back, we're gonna go down to the Woodyard and cut and split some firewood and kind of explain how I like to take a little time sorting to double my money. I'm getting ready to split some wood down here at the Woodyard. Melissa was out for a ride on the four-wheeler, checking on things. We got some water.
All right, it's snack time.
You got snacks or?
Got you an apple.
An apple? What are we gonna do with an apple?
You eat apples.
I know, I like apples.
And water.
And water.
Believe it or not, the sun is heating up.
It is, but it was freezing this morning. It's 28 degrees this morning.
But you're going to appreciate a cold water. This is like, I could be like the little golf cart girl on the golf course, you know?
Yeah.
Taking drinks to people.
Oh, I wanted to mention something.
Yeah.
The other day, I did a sponsored video for that Kemimoto bag, and I had some questions about it, and I forgot to mention, this is not a sponsored video, by the way, but it also came with this little cooler right here, which is kind of handy.
Yeah,
so for those of you that asked about it, there'll be a link in the description for that, and this comes with it. But
it's a nice size. I could have probably packed you a sandwich, but you're getting the water instead.
Well, thanks.
And an apple.
I'm getting ready to split some firewood here.
Okay.
I was talking to someone the other day, and I keep bringing this up over and over again, and I know I'm repeating myself, but this has been the best fall we've had in 10 years.
It's beautiful.
Just when you think the trees can't get any prettier, they do.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's possible.
Yeah, it is pretty. And they get brighter, especially when it's not raining or windy. Right now, and the sun's out, it hits them perfectly.
Yeah, it's just beautiful.
It really is.
But I don't think I'm going to work too late today, Melissa. I think I'm going to find myself out in the mini cabin this evening. The deer are on the move, and I saw some off the deck just a little bit ago. I thought for sure one was a buck. It was just a big deer, but I got the binoculars. It's just a big doe, but they're definitely on the move, and it'd be a great evening to sit in the woods for a bit.
Good.
You know, like the last hour and a half or something.
You know.
Before dark.
2 hours, whatever. Okay.
Yeah. But in the meantime, I'm going to split some wood, and then I'll report back at the house in a little bit.
All right, sounds good.
me show you what I'm doing here. I've done this before, and it does take some additional time, but I think it's time well spent. I'm basically doubling what I can sell my firewood for by just taking some additional time and sorting while I split. In other words, this firewood bunker right here, this is bulk firewood, and it's good stuff. You know, this is a mix of cherry and red oak right here, and that's what this is for. Bulk firewood, split, just a little bit bigger. Good stuff. However, stuff like this right here, this is some really nice cherry. It's bark free. We can sell this as bundle firewood, and it fetches top dollar. The bark free is real nice because when people pick it up in their car or their SUV, there's no dirt and debris with it, and it's just good quality wood. So by taking that extra time as I'm splitting, I think I can make a lot more money doing it this way. Around here we sell bulk firewood for $300 a cord plus delivery. And to be honest, you could probably get more than that, but that's what we sell it for. And selling it in bundle form probably works out to about $600 a cord, maybe even a little bit more. So it's definitely worth the time to add the additional labor and kind of diversify the product line just a little bit. At least that's what I'm trying to do here. If I had to break it down by volume, I would guess bulk firewood, probably 40% of the wood we sell is in bulk form. Another 40% would be like a third of a cord in IBC totes, and 20% in bundles and smaller quantities. I think that's a pretty fair guess right there. 40, 40, 20. I would like to bump up that bundle amount to probably 30 or 40% for next year. And I mentioned this a couple weeks ago. We're also going to offer different lengths of firewood. Everybody has the solo stoves, you know, the smaller ones, or the mid-size Brio, the smaller ones, all that kind of stuff. I want to have 12-inch firewood, pizza wood, bulk firewood, bundle firewood. We want to have a big variety. Well, I haven't got much wood split yet because my mind has been somewhere else, to be honest with you. I have always been a motivated person, and I like to work. I really do. I like to stay busy all the time. And when I left my real job, I knew if I was going to be self-employed, I'd have to stay that way and not turn into a layabout slacker. However, on a day like today, as much as I enjoy splitting firewood, I would rather be sitting in the mini cabin right now waiting for a big buck and watching the woods go to sleep. So I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, I am out here by the mini cabin. I'm going to go get set up. I wanted to show you, this is really growing down at this end down here. I think this stays a little better shaded in the morning hours, and it, you know, it retains the moisture a little bit better. But this morning when we looked at it, we were up that way. But yeah, it's coming in nice. All right, we are settled in to the mini cabin here. I want to show you something. My visibility that direction isn't too good. I got a bunch of downed trees right there from the windstorms we had this spring. I need to get out here and keep working my way this direction and get them cleaned up. But I can see pretty well all other directions. It is just beautiful out here this evening. Just beautiful. I have a nice little chair here. I like to sit right in the middle. I can see out all the windows. Alright, I've been out here in the mini cabin for about 2 hours, and that was fun. I decided to do a live stream. I didn't know how it would go without Wi-Fi out here, but anyway, I was just kind of talking, showing people, you know, how beautiful the colors are. And then all of a sudden we had 4 doe come into the clearing. There's still one out there. It's right in the middle. And so they were there for about a half hour, 40 minutes. And I looked out the other window and there's a little buck staring at me. And 3 of the doe headed over towards our house. And the buck followed them. But this one, she just ponied right up to the buffet there, and she's still eating over there.